Experience Karen Hunter
in a completely different way.
Karen Hunter is awesome. The podcast.
If you like me on SiriusXM Urban View Channel 126, you're gonna love me. And Karen Hunter is awesome. Hey, this is Karen Hunter, host of the Karen Hunter Show on SiriusXM's Urban View. Karen Hunter is awesome is an actual podcast to bring heat and energy and knowledge and power. A 1-2 punch that I don't think you get anyplace else. Tell the truth. Check out the podcast wherever you get your podcast. You will not be disappointed.
I think there is a deep sense of outrage and betrayal. And this is not just about progressive Democrats. This is across the board, the entire party. Yeah. There are members of Congress who have won Trump-held districts in some of the most difficult territory in the United States who walked the plank and took innumerable risks in order to defend the American people, in order to defend Social Security, Medicaid, and Medicare, just to see Senate Democrats even consider acquiescing to Elon Musk. I think it is a huge slap in the face, and I think that there's a wide sense of betrayal if things proceed as currently planned.
How will House Democrats and Senate Democrats work together now if there is such a sense of betrayal?
I think that creates a real challenge, and that in and of itself, I think, is part of what makes the leadership of this moment so crucial, because this is a decision about trust. It is a decision about trust and cooperation, because there will be a day where the Senate will need the House to move on something, and if there is an erosion of trust and a breach of trust, such as what is being considered right now, it will make cooperation difficult. And we cannot afford to be in an every person for themselves kind of moment. We need to work together and as a team in order to usher our country through this very dark time.
The point that Senator Schumer has kind of made is, the CR is bad, but a shutdown is worse. So how do you respond to that point?
That is, I cannot understate, I cannot underscore enough how incorrect that is. Because what this does, what voting for this CR does, is that it codifies the chaos and the reckless cuts that Elon Musk has been pursuing. The robbing of our federal government in order to finance tax cuts for billionaires is what is happening, and that is what Senate Democrats will be empowering if they vote for the CR.
Thank you, AOC. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez explained why they should stand on business, as Roderick Morrow was saying. Makes sense.
Yeah, a lot of the smart people are saying it.
Yeah, you said a lot of smart people are saying it.
Come on now, like Chuck, dog, you on the wrong side of this one.
So here's my question, and let me thank the Nubians as well. I often say perfection is a process, but it's also perfection happens through community, through collaboration, right? I'm just going through the final edits, third round of edits on a book that will be coming out in August. And then there's going to be proofreading after that, and then we get to read it again. And there's like 15 hands on it, 5, but it's like so many eyeballs and you still miss stuff. I was talking with the writer and I was like, did they just put mistakes in that we didn't send to them? I'm like, how are they going to put mistakes in? So we going through with a fine tooth comb, but somebody just caught a mistake on the global majority. And I love that. Somebody corrected me about Junior Bridgman. I love that. We don't want to be wrong. We want to. So I'm asking this question: Do they not sit in a room and have these conversations, or are they so arrogant that they think that I got this? So you're gonna run out there and speak for people, and maybe you're only talking to the same people, which is also important. We cannot. Right. I can't say enough how I love having conversations with people that I don't agree with, but at the same time are good people who care about people, because then I can examine how I arrived at this position that I have. And I don't want to be just rigid, like I think this and I'm right. But like, if he had a conversation with AOC, first you'd have to respect her. Right. Know that not that she's a rising star or whatever, but she's smart. I know she's in the House, I'm in the Senate. Let me sit before I go out here and make sure that I'm representing the full Democratic initiative here. And I don't think he did that, because I don't think he respects everybody. And I think he thinks he knows more than everybody. And that's a problem. Another reason why he should step down.
Yeah. Like I said, I don't know much about Schumer in behind the scenes and stuff. I just think what he's doing right now, if that is the reason he is doing it, then you've lost the plot. That's like, it's just like, if like, I get maybe there's some gamesmanship afoot that I'm not privy to, but he ain't expressed that. And I know there's ways to leak that stuff. Like normally they leak that, up front, like, Chuck Schumer's actually taking the bullet for these senators who are in, in purple states and they're on the hot seat or whatever. Like, why aren't, like, none of that's happening. So I'm supposed to believe that you legitimately think like, hey man, letting these guys run the government the way they see fit is actually beneficial to us. I actually would have probably supported him if he came out and said, oh, I'm voting for it because y'all need to get what y'all want. And y'all, when y'all ready for some real government, come on back and start electing some Democrats and we're going to fix this. But nah, party on. This what y'all want, right? It's like your parents when they're like, I'll give you something to cry about. Yeah, I'm going to give you something to cry about. That, I would have respected that because he would have lost his sentence. Like, he would have lost his seat, but he probably going to lose the seat anyway. But I would have respected that because I would have said, you know what? Yeah, speed it up. like Hakeem Jeffries was like, hey man, look, that's what they said they want. Like I respect that because I think we need to have some hard truths in America right now about y'all keep playing around with this thinking you can get a little bit of fascism. You think you can get a little bit of pain. Nah, it's gonna hurt all of us. And y'all gonna be sitting around like somebody save us. And that's when you swoop back in and be like, y'all ready to do some real change to America? Because we been ready. Send us up here with the numbers. Give us the mandate. Let's get this thing rolling for real. Like, let's try to save the environment, the economy, and all this stuff. But nah, y'all keep playing. Y'all don't want healthcare because it comes from a black man. This is why we in the situation we in. So anyway, he didn't say none of that. So I got to sit up here and believe that he's one of these, like, listen, guys, they have families too. And like, we need to come across the aisle. We need to, like, bro, get out of here with that. What is it? Saying Mr. Smith goes to Washington?
Yeah. And it hasn't been for a while. Maybe it never was.
Right.
Whoopi Goldberg had some things to say about, well, in addition to stopping Joy Behar from sending Donald Trump to the moon. Yeah. I don't know if would she lose her job for saying he should get on the market?
I don't know. They said, I saw people on Twitter, they just kept saying she was about to lose. She was about two words from losing her job. I was like, I don't know how it works. And
I watched Bill Burr this morning. I got up this morning and watched him. And he used the F word. I think he also was hoping for an unalivement. It's like, and I know he's a comedian and comedians can get away with things that other people cannot. But the way he said what he said it was just so reasonable.
Setting.
Oh my goodness.
Stuff I can say on the podcast, I won't say on the radio. Stuff,
Yes, you found that out last week.
Yeah,
yes.
exactly.
Okay.
So I get it. She was on them ABC Airways and she said, all right, I can't go but so far. And Whoopi said, don't do it, sis.
She said, don't do it. As a matter of fact, we go in a commercial because I don't want to sit here without you.
Girl, we do that. We do that in the break room. Don't tell them what we be saying in the break room.
Right. But can at some point though, because I think this is part of the problem. Because while these corporate and entities have been like, we have to play fair, y'all have allowed this feckless person, ineffective person, to win again and give them all of this billions of dollars of free advertising for your pocket. So there's a hypocrisy there where you want to shut out anyone talking, but so much, but at the same time, people are being harmed. People are being people's lives are literally on the chopping block with all of these cuts. Their actual lives.
Part of what I like about words and language and creativity is you have to be creative depending on the place. So you just find a creative way to get to what you were saying. Bill Burr gets to say it differently on the stage than he would if he was a guest on the morning show. And that's but I like that channel. A lot of people don't like that. They're this woke culture or whatever. I'm like, nah, man, like you can get it out. If you smart, you'll figure a way to get it in there. And honestly, what I liked about that was that I thought it was very clever. They did get it in there past the censors and everybody without anyone with plausible deniability. Like, hey, I didn't say nothing.
I thought he wanted to be an astronaut.
Yeah, y'all finished that. Y'all finished that in y'all head. I didn't say it.
Experience Karen Hunter
in a completely different way.
Karen Hunter is awesome. The podcast.
If you like me on SiriusXM Urban View Channel 126, you're gonna love me in Karen Hunter is Awesome. Hey, this is Karen Hunter, host of the Karen Hunter Show on SiriusXM's Urban View. Karen Hunter is Awesome is an actual podcast to bring heat and energy and knowledge and power, a 1-2 punch that I don't think you get anyplace else. Tell the truth. Check out the podcast wherever you get your podcast. You will not be disappointed.